Backroads is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund with money by the vote of the people, November 4th, 2008.
Broken hearted, desperate hope, you sank to the sandy bottom of your despair. There you wait for now. Deep and dark and overgrown old, you're holding these joyful memories in your lungs. Alone as you close your eyes, unhappy Kathy, hold your breath and sink down, down, down to the bottom. You've no lips with which to drink your wine and soothe your aching soul. Unhappy Kathy, hold your breath and sink down, down, down to the bottom. You've no legs with which to see this world and know that you are loved. Unhappy Kathy, hold your breath and sing down, down, down to the bottom. You've no lips with which to drink your wine and soothe your aching soul. Unhappy Kathy, as you close your eyes, surrendering now to the hope, you'll find comfort in the way that lifts your heart and lets you rise. Unhappy Kathy, you have left us all behind to find the joy of being weightless, being faithless. You have laughed into the void, and I can't think of a better way to be than in control of your own destiny. And you can't live any better than free. And you can't die any better than the ghost of the waters, unhappy Kathy. Unhappy Kathy, hold your breath and sing down, down, down to the bottom. You've no lips with which to drink your wine and soothe your aching soul. Unhappy Kathy, as your breath grows thin, surrendering now to the hope, you'll find comfort in the way that lifts your heart and lets you go.
I am Brian Reed. We are from Minneapolis. Our band is The Very Bad Days. Or if you like really long band names, Alexander and the Terrible Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Days. I was just a name that we thought of a long time ago, like as a group back in the day. And then I think we're probably basically children, so naming ourselves after a children's book worked really well. Our sound started out just kind of like a bit like spooky punk music, and then it gradually evolved into sort of a 90s style. So in 2019, we got a new guitarist. His name's Eric Begonic, great guy. Actually a children's musician on the side. And he's definitely like a 90s alt-rock junkie, and I think that brought out the love of 90s alt-rock in us, and so that really influenced a lot of our music. So that, and we write a lot of songs about monsters and ghosts and cryptids, things like that.
I was thinking the other day, why do good men die? Why do criminals get away? Why do they nail down a coffin lid anyway? 'Cause of zombies. If it's a secret, then where is the king? What crashed at Roswell and made it a thing? Why is there a French fry in my onion ring? Conspiracy. Conspiracy. Do you think that if I told it, you would have the power to control it? Can't have everything, how would you hold it? And furthermore, only scientists can tell us who builds robots so rebellious. No use hiding, they can smell us. Take our lives when the flood water comes, will the wicked survives? Did Noah keep bees in his archives? I'm pretty sure he did. In the event the protagonist dies, who will be the hero when the villains arrive? The one who saves the city will get a surprise. You think it's bees? I think it's bees.
The earliest thing I can remember is with my neighbor, the neighbor kid. Well, we made a little band with buckets and like the grates from their fridge, and we like played on those. We wrote a really annoying song about superheroes and made my mom listen to us, and they were thrilled. But so now I guess the instruments have gotten a little more expensive. So the production value has increased, but we're still writing songs about superheroes and monsters. I think we should just ditch the instruments altogether.
There you go.
Yeah, just play on fridge equipment and buckets.
Next
and maybe
album.
get Remy to bark a lot. He can be the singer.
Absolutely.
I like this. This is a new band idea. It was interesting. We started playing out in 2019. And so we did a few like open mic nights at the Chatterbox in Minneapolis, led by Philippe, this great dude. He gave us the best introduction ever. He's like, I hope you're having a very bad day because it's about to get shot. And we love to go back to that. So it was great. And then in 2019, we added Eric to the band, and we started, we did a few more open mics, and then we did an acoustic set, and we started an electric set at Acadia down there. And a big Halloween show at the Caboose, and that was a blast, and we had a really great time. And then 2020, something happened, and music just sort of stopped. I don't remember what it was. But once that was done, it slowly climbed back, I think. There were a lot of people, especially like gig musicians, people who depend on it for their livelihood, had a really hard time because everyone was rushing back in, and places were booking 6-9 months out, and so it was a really rough time for a while. And on top of that, Minneapolis was kind of closing down a lot of its mid-sized venues, and so then the small venues sort of like they just cropped up and they started popping up, and so now we're still talking to some of our friends who are playing at places we've never heard of. And so we're like, oh, we got to check that place out now. But it's coming back really hard. And there's a lot of small venues and really creative performances out there.
I met you while you were standing by the water fountain at the Macy's vestibule, at the mall at 8:45. You were all alone, thirsty and looking so fine. So I said, hey, I think you dropped this, and you said thanks. And it was then that I knew our love could change the world, because you knew full well that was not yours. I assumed it was someone's before I found it, and that changes something. And I don't think it'll ever be okay, but I wouldn't say that to your face, 'cause I know how much you like things to be okay. I'm down with waiting for the establishment to be alright. I don't think it'll ever be okay. I think everyone is crazy except for me, and so does everyone except for you and me, and all the people who are trapped in the world. Maybe if they're lucky they can find a girl like you. We'd all be free if we could find it too. Not everyone will submit at first to our new world, but give it time to adapt and find it nice. If they don't like it, the love will kill them. All resistance will be crushed, and I don't think it'll ever be okay, but I wouldn't say that to your face, 'cause I know how much you like things to be okay. I'm down with waiting for the establishment to be alright. I don't think it'll ever be no. Our love's too powerful to ever control. Should I say the world to say hello to you? I met you while you were standing by the water fountain at the Macy's vestibule, my darling. I hesitated and I walked away, 'cause I never want to love you in your judgment day. But then I saw you walking my way. My heart had melted like the flash of the millions. Now I see there's beauty in the end of existence. It's alright and it's okay, 'cause I don't think it'll ever be okay, but I wouldn't say that to your face, 'cause I know how much you like things to be okay. I'm down with waiting for the establishment to be alright. I don't think it'll ever be no. I don't think that it could ever be no. I don't think it'll ever be okay.
Whenever we play a show, like everyone just really, I feel like we're a little looser and different about our performances. We bring a lot of fun and energy, and they're very receptive to it. And they're like, man, I really like this, I like that. Like, I've never felt like super competitive or anything like that. It's very camaraderie a lot, for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of space to get to know new people, because there's always something new going on. And if you just spend any time out at like 331 or Cloudland, you're going to meet a lot of new people. And everyone's really receptive. I think people are really busy, and like people are very focused. And like one band that we played with not too long ago, King Size Coffin, a great group, 7 people playing on a tiny stage. They did a huge gauntlet of like 10 or 12 Halloween shows throughout the month of October. And so they were just busy. And like we went up to them after a show that they did at Can Wonderland. And then they were just like, they're just like burned out. There's like, we've been doing this for an entire month. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunities if you're looking for them, and it's really busy, but we've had nothing but great times meeting with new people and checking out new shows. I think there are people out there who are always going to make it really competitive, but that's really not our vibe. We just kind of have fun with it. We're privileged not to depend on it for our livelihood, so it's a little bit easier to just have some fun with it and just kind of take the opportunities as they come, and that's made it a really special experience.
Summer that we spent on the lake. We were young and our whole family was staying with Aunt Mildred. Nobody really noticed her warm eyes and solemn smile, but I took to her quite fondly as she showed me all around her brand new house that our father built upon the ashes of the old family estate that he had recently acquired. Showed me how to use the oven, and I'd make these little treats for all her cats and dogs and chase them through the hallway while Father'd light a cigarette and stand out on the tide and watch the sun go down and listen to the waves come rolling in, because he didn't like the songs that she would sing to him when it got late and the house smelled like tobacco. If she hadn't burned up inside the house with all her animals and crazy little knickknacks, and the bones that they could find they put inside a sealed box, laid to rest in the foundation of this grand marvelous tribute of a house that our father built upon the ashes of the old family estate that he had recently acquired. Edge. So I went outside to listen while the gas flowed freely from the oven I'd left on, and I watched the house go up and listened to my father screaming out. So Mildred smiled out the doorway of the old family estate that I would soon come to acquire.
We should mention John Bruno real quick. He's our newest member, a great friend of ours, joined one of the best musicians I've ever met. Guitar player, drummer. He even plays keys a little bit. Fantastic dude. He just joined us recently, and we've been having a ton of fun.
Tonight's set is going to be incorporate him kind of for the first time as we're trying to bring him in, because he's going to do drums, but he's also going to do guitar. It's going to be something new for us tonight.
Yeah. So at the switch up of that, so once we switch instruments, we're going to perform our sequel song, The Tale of the Woodman 2, Part 2, The Book of the Woodman, Tale of the Woodman, Part 2, the second one. And that song is kind of a jazzy reinterpretation of the first song, which was about a monster at Camp Woodman, or a camp counselor at Camp Woodman, who essentially a Friday the 13th situation. But also kind of a weird tribute to monsters.
Hey guys! I saw us never coming out of that bag. So
It's all
we're
right, man.
talking about my song now?
Yeah, we're talking about The Tale of the Woodman 2, Part 2.
Tale of the Woodman 2, Woodman 2, Part 2. My book is about the book. It's PBS, right?
It is fitting for puppets.
All right, I thought I was going to see like a Cookie Monster and like a Count Von Count. Like, I think we'd get along. I'm kind of a monster myself.
They might be backstage.
They might be backstage. I gotta talk to him.
All right.
Yes, this is the Woodman. We've done some promos with him and stuff. We took him down to, where'd we take him to? The Falls.
Minnehaha Falls.
Minnehaha Falls. He likes it there. This is him. He's much kinder, gentler than the song would have you believe.
Turned into a woodman, by a witch was turning people into woodmen, don't you see? Now he bears the curse of the bloodwood tree, and he's doomed to roam this forest for all eternity. He don't care for your cries of please. He lives to make your heart seize. That you don't love, because the woodman, he will rest until the world is underneath. For he took his oath from the harvest moon, and he feeds the terror inside me and inside you. I've been sure of a common doom. He'll be at your doorstep soon.
Was that the woodman?
Woodman store to door, and he is selling you a Bible, because the woodman knows the road is paved with gold for those who seek the truth. Now he bears the word of the Lord to you, and he'd like to share what he learned when he first heard the good news that Jesus Christ is coming soon. Just kidding, Woodman's trying to kill you.
Backroads is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund with money by the vote of the people, November 4th, 2008.